Yesterday we reflected on something important. Wisdom is not simply knowledge. It is the ability to recognize truth and walk in it. But once a person begins seeking wisdom, another reality becomes clear. Not every voice that claims to offer guidance actually leads toward truth. Scripture often speaks about this tension, the difference between what appears convincing and what is genuinely wise. The Apostle Paul addresses this in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 8. For the message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God. This statement reveals something surprising. What is truly wise does not always look wise according to human standards. Sometimes truth appears simple. Sometimes it challenges pride. And sometimes people dismiss it because it does not align with what they expect. The prophet Isaiah expressed a similar idea centuries earlier. In Isaiah chapter 29, verse 14, God declares, "The wisdom of the wise will perish, the intelligence of the intelligent will vanish." In other words, human reasoning alone cannot always guide us safely. There are moments when intelligence without humility can actually lead people further from truth. That is why Scripture repeatedly encourages us not only to gain knowledge, but to walk carefully in wisdom. The book of Proverbs describes wisdom as something that must be valued and protected. In Proverbs chapter 4, verses 8 to 9, we read, "Cherish wisdom, and she will exalt you. Embrace her, and she will honor you." This poetic language reminds us that wisdom does something remarkable. It elevates our lives over time, not through sudden success, but through steady, thoughtful decisions. And Proverbs continues with another practical encouragement. In Proverbs chapter 3, verses 21 to 23, "Do not let wisdom and understanding out of your sight. They will be life for you. Then you will go on your way in safety." Wisdom helps stabilize our steps. Many of life's greatest regrets begin with moments when we ignored quiet wisdom. We rushed. We reacted. We followed pressure instead of discernment. Wisdom slows us down just enough to see clearly. And it also teaches us something very important. Some paths should never be entered at all. Proverbs give a very direct instruction in chapter 4, verses 14 to 15. "Do not set foot on the path of the wicked. Avoid it. Do not travel on it." This advice is striking because it does not say try to manage the path. It simply says, avoid it. Wisdom understands that certain environments, habits, and influences eventually shape the direction of our lives. The path we walk consistently becomes the life we live. That is why Proverbs paints a powerful contrast a few verses later. In chapter 4, verses 18 to 19, we read, "The path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. But the way of the wicked is like deep darkness." Two paths. One gradually becomes brighter. The other becomes more confusing. And the difference often begins with small daily choices. But perhaps one of the most important instructions in all of these passages appears in Proverbs chapter 4, verses 20 to 23. "Pay attention to my words. Keep them within your heart. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." This instruction reaches deeper than behavior. It addresses the heart, because every decision we make flows from what we believe, what we value, and what we allow to shape our thinking. When the heart is guided by wisdom, life tends to move toward clarity. When the heart becomes influenced by deception or confusion, decisions become harder to navigate. The New Testament warns about this very possibility. In 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 9 to 12, Paul describes how deception can influence people who refuse to love the truth. The warning is not meant to create fear. It is meant to encourage discernment. Wisdom helps us recognize truth before confusion takes root. And the good news is that wisdom remains available to anyone who sincerely seeks it. Every day presents small decisions, small conversations, small moments where discernment matters. Over time, these moments shape the direction of a life. And that is why Scripture repeatedly invites us to walk carefully, thoughtfully, and humbly in wisdom. Because wisdom does not only inform the mind, it quietly shapes the path beneath our feet. I invite you to subscribe and stay connected. We will continue exploring together the wisdom found in Scripture and how it can guide the way we live, think, and walk each day.